everyone, it's me Bella and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing for you the Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. There's so much controversy around this palette. Yes, we all know. Oh my god, like it's powdery, it's this, it's that. Like we've seen all the drama. We know what's up. Me personally, everyone was like on the fence, like, oh, I kind of like it, oh, I kind of hate it, oh, or it's bad or it's good. So I wanted to see how I would like it, you know what I mean? So I got my hands on it. It just came in today, so I'm excited to try this out. There's 14 shadows and this retails for $42. And it is currently out of stock in Anastasia's website, but it is available on Sephora.com. And it will be in stores on August 15th. I think that why everybody's having a problem with this palette is because, like, they said, oh, it's too powdery, as if, like, there's too much fallout in it, there's too much kickback, which is, like, I'm not going to show you an example because I've seen people trying to ruin their palette on purpose just to show you. So, but I love my palettes, and they're like my babies, so we're not going to sacrifice that just to show you a little bit of fallout. When I'm doing my tutorial, which you will see in a little bit, then I will, like, show you guys if there's kickback. And also, of course, a main controversy is that the ingredients, I guess Anastasia, I don't know if they changed their labs or what, but their ingredients is definitely different. Like, for example, look at the list of ingredients for the Subculture palette. It is way less than Modern Renaissance, which I've seen people talk about. Also, if you see right here, this says, like, the little container thing on the side, it's on every single makeup product you own, and which states to you how, like, the counter life, like how long it lasts, like before it expires, which obviously, like, makeup doesn't expire in that time period, but it's recommended not to use it after those dates, but nobody pays attention to that anyways. But what I thought was kind of odd, which I've heard a girl talk about it in one of her reviews, that it states that it's 6 months. So not very long lasting. Like, for example, this NYX liquid liner, this is 12 months and it's eyeliner, you know what I mean? This is just like a palette. You don't really see that in shadows, but that's kind of something to point out. But then again, this one's 6 months, but so is the Modern Renaissance, so not really sure. I don't know, just wanted to point that out there. Also, if I look a little crazy, it's because I'm going to test the palette out, like, right now, live in front of the camera for you. So I don't have any, like, eye makeup on right now, so yeah, let's get into the tutorial, shall we? Oh my god, guys. This palette is so pretty though. Like, can we talk about it? Oh, there's me. Hi. Like, look how beautiful this is. I'm in love. So, it's my first time ever touching in this palette, so I'm gonna be very careful. This is a really pretty transition shade, and I'm using the shade Dawn first. Okay, yeah, there is kickback. So, that's the thing. But then again, like, don't all shadows have kickback? I think Modern Renaissance has kickback too, so a little bit of fallout. We're gonna go and put it in my crease. That's it. So I'm going very lightly because I don't want to use too much because I heard that they are super pigmented. Keep in mind that these are a soft pressed eyeshadow, which makes it very different. For example, it's like if you were to use, like, okay, you know that Laura Mercier powder, like face powder. It's a loose powder, and imagine like bunching that up in your hand, like not like too hard, but like softly. But then once you, like, put your brush in it, for example, all the powder is going to go away. I honestly don't want to lift up the palette right now because a lot is coming off and it's, like, making me sad. But yeah, we're just going to go in with this. I'm still using that Dawn shade, by the way. Next, I will be using this shade Edge, which is this mustardy yellow type shade at the edge. At the edge. At the end. Okay, this one isn't as bad as that Dawn shade. This one's not bad at all, actually. Okay, let's see how this works. Also, I've heard a lot of controversy that that the shades tend to like mix together once you blend them and turn into like this brown color. But think about it. It's like if you were using like, you know, when you were a kid in art class, don't tell me you haven't like mixed paint before, right? And it turned out like all muddy because you mixed all the colors, you know what I mean? So I think this palette wasn't intended for you to use like a whole bunch of colors at once, like maybe a couple colors, which I don't know why, because Anastasia is such like a diverse like brand. They love colorful, fun makeup looks, but I guess this palette isn't for that, because think about it, once you mix all the colors together, you're left with this like poopy brown color, you know? So, but like, let's see. That's what I've like seen. I've seen shades that like move on people, that like oxidize. Anastasia should have made this palette and like had it say color changing eyeshadows or something like that, because with what I'm hearing, like you get this color and it shows up like another color on the eye. So yeah, right now I'm taking my time with it, so that's why it's not coming off like super pigmented right away, because I'm barely tapping into the eyeshadow. But that shade Dawn, you can make another eyeshadow with that Fallout. Next, I'm gonna be going in with this fudge shade right here, which, yeah, it is powdery, which I have heard that it's a repeat in the Anastasia shadows, like palettes. Oh my god, it's so, hold on, let me not talk. As I was saying, I heard that that fudge shade was a repeat in Anastasia's palettes that they've come out with, that shade before. The only thing that it's reformulated into this new formula, so it has fallout, like I've said. And yeah, this is it. Yeah, the edges are kind of hard to blend, like it's getting a little muddy. Yeah, it's looking a little muddy. I'm going back with that edge shade and trying to blend out those edges. Okay, well, so far I've heard people complain that the shade Fudge changes colors, but from what I'm seeing, I don't think it does. You just have to work with it. I know like people have gone in with their eyeshadow like really fast, and like that can be really bad, but so far it's not that bad. You just have to go in with a light hand because it's so pigmented. Like as Manny would say, it's so pigmented. Okay, this eye was a lot easier to blend, I think, because I went in with a little less product than I did with this eye. So like I said, especially with the darker colors, you want to go in with a light hand. I'm going to be taking the shade Axis, which is this dark blue color, which is so pretty. Okay, like I said, this one doesn't have a lot of fallout either, so like, I don't understand. Like, the only one is Dawn. Dawn has so much fallout. That's so sad. So I'm going to go in really lightly. With Axis, you need like a bit more product to build it up. I'd say get this palette for yourself to try it out, because what I've heard from all the other beauty gurus, it's not translating in my eyes, like, you know? Like, it's not that bad. And also what I hate is I see these beauty girls, like, I swear, it's all about beauty gurus. Like, I'm getting so salty. but I see them and they put their brush in the shadow and they swirl it around. Like, you want to mess up your eyeshadow on purpose, huh? Like, I swear. He gets me so mad. I'm taking more of that edge shade and now I'm just buffing that into my crease. I've heard complaints that Access wasn't good, but look, it's like really good. Like, am I the only one who got a good palette or what? Only thing I can say is that, like, since back to school is coming up, I wouldn't suggest you like wearing this palette for school, or else you'll take like 30 minutes just on your eyeshadow, which is like kind of bad. Yeah, unless you want to wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I guess that's why I can see people getting mad because it's not as practical, which I totally understand that. But I mean, the complaints about the shadows not working, I mean, I don't really see that. I need like a shield over here because, like, look how much better you can see my eyeshadow and the light just kind of like diffuses it. I'm gonna go back with that fudge shade and I'm gonna put it in my crease because I feel like it kind of like went away. So first applying it and then taking that edge shade and then just going back and forth. Okay, next for my lid, I will be going in with the shade Adorn, which is right here. It looks wet. Oh my god, yeah, that's so pretty. Look, you cannot see it. I'm not even, that looks really nice. Okay, let's put it on my eyeballs. It applies like it's wet. That's literally so pretty. It literally doesn't look bad. I don't know, what do you guys think? Okay, for my inner corners, I think I'm going to be using the shade Electric. This looks really pretty too. Wow, that's such a pretty shade. That's so pretty. Can y'all see it? That's so nice. Like, it's like a duochrome gold with green, if that makes sense. That's really interesting. Okay, here's a problem. It's not coming off in the brush. It's to kind of dig at it. That's not that good. Oh my god, but it's so pretty on the eyes. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna be going with Axis again. I'm really taking it on the outer corner and then the inner corner. And then on the middle of my lower lash line, I will be going back in with that shade Adorn. And then I will be going in with that mustardy yellow edge shade. And we're going to be smoking out that color on my lower lash line. By the way, if you're using Edge has like little to no fallout. Okay, I think we're done with the eyeshadow. I really like this palette because it has like a lot of diversity. You can make a whole bunch of eye looks with this. I noticed that Dawn right away has a lot of kickback, like, which sucks because that's like a pretty like transition shade. But I mean, you win some, you lose some. As I used Access at the beginning, it wasn't that powdery, but as I kept on using it, like a little bit of kickback came up. It's not as bad. Edge, literally, I've used it like a whole bunch of times in my crease and my lower lash line. No kickback. Fudge is second runner-up. No, it's first runner-up to Dawn because it has some kickback as well. I will put on my lashes and mascara and then I will move on to my final thoughts. Okay, but tell me why my eyeshadow looks so good. Like, I'm in love with this. I'm sorry. I'm back. My lashes are on. And, I mean, come on now. Like, the eyeshadow, it looks good, okay? Like I said before, Fudge was the only one I really had like trouble with, just a little bit. What's it called? Access was easy to blend out. Adorn was beautiful. Electric, I'm so loving my inner corners right now. And keep in mind, I never used like the shadow wet or anything like that. Like it literally looks wet inside the palette. I just use my fingers because I always do that, whether like you can give me the most intense shadow and I'm always going to use my finger to give it like more intensity. But yeah, I think it looks really good. As promised, I will be doing the swatches on my arm, starting from left to right on the palette. Also, while I was doing my lashes, I put Cube, which is the first shade right here, the white one. It's actually a duochrome pink one, which is really nice. I put it on my brow bone, which, I don't know, you can barely see it, like barely. Like it's not as intense as Adorn and Electric, but it's there, you know what I mean? So, I don't know guys, I'm kind of in love and look really good. By the way, the lashes that I'm wearing are the Vegas Nay Eyeliner lashes and Grand Glamour. Starting off, we're using Cube, which even on the finger doesn't even look that pigmented. So yeah. You can't even see it. Like it's not that good. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cube is like my least favorite from what I've used so far. Next, Dawn, which I literally hate how much fallout's in that shadow. It makes me so mad. But it's literally so soft. Like it's so soft. There's Dawn. By the way, between each and every one, I'm cleaning off my finger, so keep that in mind. Next is this olive green shade named Destiny. Next is Adorn. It's so beautiful. It's like one of my favorites. I have so much light, so sorry if it kind of gets washed out. Next is All Star. This is such a pretty shade just looking at it. Ooh, it's so pigmented. That's All Star. That one was good. That one just didn't even need a lot of work. Next is Mercury, which is like a dark gray color. That one's so pretty as well. These two together, that'd be a cute eye. You know what I mean? Dang. Next is also one of my favorites, Axis. This one, as you're putting your finger in the shadow, it's not as soft, but it does have a little bit more fallout. Yeah, but it's pigmented. That's like the word of the day. But it's pigmented, it's pigmented. Okay, now I'm going with another finger because Axis kind of stained my finger. Almost flicked you guys off. So we're going with my middle finger. And on the bottom row, we're going into Roxy. Ooh, she pigmented too. Look at that. I need like diffused lights because it's way too light in here. Next is Electric. Tell me why that doesn't swatch as good, but it looks good on your eyes. You see? It's literally in my inner corner right now. Okay, kind of better. But you still can't really see it. I can see it more than the camera can see it. I don't know why. Also, my arm is not primed with anything, so that also could be a problem. I know some people primed their arm, but I didn't because I wanted it to be authentic. So next is the shade Fudge. There she is. And then taking a different finger because Fudge kind of stained it. So taking my ring finger, we're going into New Wave. This is such a pretty color. Ooh, I'm really liking Roxy and New Wave. That's so pretty. Next, that's all I'm gonna say, is Untamed, which is like a mixture between Destiny, which is this green color, and Axis. So it's like if they had a baby, Destiny would be its baby. That one's not as pigmented as the rest, but you kind of get it. That stained my fingers, so going in with my pinky, we're going into Edge, which was really good. Like, even just swatching it has no kickback. It's so soft. That one's so pigmented. Last but not least, we're going into the shade Rowdy, which is this purpley gray color. Yeah. Okay, that one's really pigmented. Jesus Christ. So that's how they look like. I don't know if you can kind of see them. That is my review on the ABH Subculture palette. I hope you guys enjoy. All in all, I think this palette was really good. Don't understand why everyone would say it's so bad. All for me, the kickback is the only thing that I'm worried about, and that it's kind of time consuming because it's a little bit harder to like blend. Also, me being cautious and very like precise in everything neat. But yeah, anyways, if you're new here, please subscribe and turn on my notification bell so you get notified every time I post. Please comment if you have any video suggestions. Follow me on Instagram at TheBeautyByBella. My PO box is below. My business email is below. I love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah.